This is Diogo Dalot, the Portuguese international that has become one of the most important players at Manchester United under Erik ten Hag. But it wasn't always like this for Dalot. Despite faith being shown early on in his Manchester United career by at the time manager Jose Mourinho, Dalot struggled to adapt to life in English football, and there were question marks over whether or not he could fulfil that potential that Jose Mourinho suggested he possessed. The competition from Wan-Bissaka appeared, at times, to be simply too much for Dalot. Now, a short loan move to AC Milan in Italy certainly provided hope that Dalot could reach those crazy heights. Yet still, Dalot appeared to be struggling with life at Old Trafford. But little did we know, month by month, year by year, Dalot was gradually growing into the perfect modern day fullback, bringing technical quality, reliability, athleticism and tactical flexibility every time he graces a football pitch. We'll start off with the technical. Seen it a lot, but not actually from Dalot himself. Dalot ranks incredibly well for the lack of miscontrols that he has in his game, and also the lack of times that he is dispossessed over the course of 90 minutes. The reason for that is because Dalot is a player that technically excels, and I would argue is one of Manchester United's best technicians currently at the football club. He is the technical efficiency in the tactical storm that is Manchester United currently. He can even dribble in the first phase, a cheat code to beat the opposition press, using both his left foot, his right foot and his physical drive to move away from the opposition. His technical ability is genuinely immense, but arguably an even better ability of Dalot's is his reliability, and also his availability. Dalot starts pretty much every single game and is rarely injured. It's been a long time now since he faced a spell on the sidelines, and you just know when he does play, he is going to turn in a minimum, a 7 or an 8 out of 10 performance, almost every single week. This is a testament to his ability as a footballer, but also his fitness and of course his athleticism. Physically, Dalot is a freak, but in a good way. He's over 6 foot tall, he's strong in the air, he is deceptively fast and has brilliant acceleration, and is of course a tireless runner. He literally never stops running at Old Trafford, and could almost cover every single blade of grass on his own. That is also the case from a tactical point of view. There isn't an area of the pitch where Dalot can't operate, apart from perhaps in goal. Naturally, Dalot is of course a right back. This is where he wants to play in the long term. From this position, there are several different things that he can do. For example, he can tuck into a back three and be a real progressive player for Manchester United from this deeper zone. He is also capable though of playing a little bit higher, but still in a narrow position, tucked into the Manchester United midfield, perhaps building play alongside someone like Casemiro, Kobbie Mainoo, Toby Collier, or even Manuel Ugarte as we move towards the future. The important thing here though is that we do not take away Dalot's attacking instinct. At the end of the day, he is a player that wants to get forward to support the attack, typically with an overlap into the final third of the pitch, allowing his winger to move inside. Importantly though, Dalot can also go the other way, underlapping, allowing his winger to play a little bit wider, creating the space for Dalot to run into, getting towards the byline, before then attempting a cutback towards the penalty area. This is of course all extremely impressive stuff. Dalot doing all of this down the right hand side is something that only a few players can do. But what if I told you Dalot can also do it down the left hand side as well, and has been doing so since the start of this season. Again, when he plays on the left, Dalot can tuck into a back three, again providing that point for Manchester United to progress the ball. Being a right-footed player, Dalot can also invert into midfield, once again from this left-hand side, naturally coming inside onto his stronger right foot. And that is also the case with his underlapping runs in the final third. He may do this in a slightly different way when he plays on the left, but he still has that ability to get the ball onto his stronger right foot, making him a genuine goal threat in the final third. And of course, he can also overlap, allowing his winger to come inside, although I would certainly make an argument that he could improve in this area. Regardless of that need for slight improvement in the final third, Dalot is without doubt a problem solver on the ball for Manchester United, but he is also a player that has developed into a problem solver out of possession as well, the defensive side of the game. Gone are the days where he could be seen as a defensive weakness in the Manchester United back line. Over the past couple of seasons, he has taken massive strides in his defensive game, and is now, in my opinion, a strong, reliable defender, especially 1v1, where he was previously rather weak. Now, of course, we must remember Diogo Dalot is a human, and at the end of the day, he will have weaknesses and flaws in his game, and that is certainly the case. For example, from a defensive point of view, I think he needs to work on his ability to close down crosses, stopping the ball being delivered into the penalty area from his side of the pitch. And he also needs work at the other end of the pitch as well. Dalot's movement into the final third is genuinely spot on 9 times out of 10, but actually once he gets there, his end product could do with a little bit of work. If he could develop a lethal ball into the box on a regular basis, you could argue he offers literally everything in possession. And then at that point, he just needs to work on one more thing, and that would be his concentration. Diogo Dalot again has improved in this area over the past few seasons. But if you want to be considered one of the very best, you have to do this over a sustained period of time. Not just for 4 matches, not just for 4 months, but actually for 4 seasons. That is now the next step for Diogo Dalot in his Manchester United career. If he can do it, he could go on to become one of the best modern day fullbacks anywhere on the planet. Ultimately, he is the manager's dream. He is a hard-working player, physically he is very capable, technically he is excellent, and he also has a brilliant mentality, potentially the material to someday become a Manchester United captain, but also a Portugal captain as well. Will these things happen or not? We'll have to wait and see. But what we do know is that Dalot is a player that is willing and capable of improving. We have all seen it for ourselves. There were once question marks. Could he become a Manchester United player on a regular basis? Now there is no doubt about that. He is one of the most important players in the squad, and hopefully he can continue to make improvements in his game. If he does that, he will be the perfect modern day fullback, and we have him here at Old Trafford. So let's wait and see how things play out over the next few seasons.